Howdy, boys and girls. It's time for another Jeep Talk Show interview. We're going to be talking with Phil. Phil has always had a passion for Jeeps and the off-road world. He started Max-Bilt Off-Road in his kitchen back in 2007. Did the wife say anything to you about the Jeeps being in the kitchen? And
many things were said.
I can well imagine. My mother-in-law and father-in-law were visiting when I had an Atlas 2-speed on the kitchen, that's the center thing in the kitchen. And it was brand new, so, it's fine for it to be in the kitchen. I was just messing with it and putting the shifter and stuff on it, just enjoying looking at it, And I had not told my wife how much I spent for that, and she didn't ask. My mother-in-law said, "How much was that?"
Oh, no.
So they all found out at the same time.
That's never good.
Oh, I loved, my wife didn't say anything about it, but, it's a lot of money. I mean, certainly the mother-in-law thought it was a lot of money, but they knew how I was about my Jeep. That actually went into a Cherokee I got tired of the chain stretching in the MP 242, I think it was. Yeah. I love that transfer case. It was so nice where you could drive around 4-wheel drive when it was raining and stuff out. But that damn chain, after 80,000 miles, I think I put 3 chains in there one day. I said, the hell with it. I'm going no chain. So yeah, Atlas. At any rate, back to the intro, not my story. Phil knew he needed a product to be able to travel to the big off-road shows like EJS and Moab. So he developed Max-Bilt Trail Tail LED tail lights. Trail lights sound good too. From his passion came a passion for old Willys Jeeps and a desire to give them a second shot at life. Epic Willys Adventures was created a group of Jeep buddies and started a pilgrimage to Moab the first year, a transcontinental trip from Canada to Mexico. The next trip, and he had traversed the Oregon Trail and several other locations in the U.S. The rules: no phones, no GPS, no interstates. You were hiding from the wife. I know what you were doing. Coming off the run following Mitten of Michigan in June of 2025, EWA 7 is being planned for mid-2026. I do not know what EWA 7 is. Can you tell us what that is?
So that is our Epic Willys Adventure.
Okay, that makes sense.
Our 7th event. And yeah, we're in the planning stages right now. I can say that it'll be in Middle America. There'll be bourbon involved and some hills and mountains. Really looking forward to it, but we haven't got all the specifics kind of hammered out yet, but it's going to be a good one. Okay, so are roll bars for the Willys approved or not approved? How hardcore are you guys? So we're pretty hardcore, and the rules as far as like no modifications to the Jeeps are, like, if you could prove that in the 40s or 50s something like this was built or done, we're all for it. We're just trying to get away from fuel injection and, like the major modifications that kind of happen. Part of the fun is having slightly unreliable vehicles and being put in predicaments to be able to have to figure it out. I mean, we don't do a ton of wheeling. It's not super technical, but you get the same kind of effect that you could have on a 12-hour trail in Moab that's really difficult, where now you're at, instead of a new rock section that you have to try to get all technical about, you're wondering, why don't I have spark? Are my valves misadjusted? Am I going to be, what do I have around me to put the wheel? Once we had this is the Oregon Trail. It was me, so I can speak to it pretty openly, but I had a wheel fall off going down the road, and the lugs were all trashed.
No.
And so it's like, well, what are we going to do? Well, I had a drill, I had a bolt kit, so I drilled through the hub and the drum. So on those, I mean, you're taking off basically the whole spindle assembly to be able to get the mounting surface. There was like 1 or 2 good lug nuts. We put those on, then we drilled.
That's all you need.
and then I think if there was 2, I would have let it rip. So there must have only been 1. And we ended up drilling 3 holes in it and putting nuts and bolts. Just bolted it right to the
Nice. I didn't think about assembly. That. Yeah.
Yeah, it worked. And to be honest, that was one of those temporary fixes that I'll repair when I get back. Well, that was Oregon Trail. We've done the Concord Cup, the Moonshine Run, and the Mitten Race.
Oh, you're pressing your luck, man.
They look good.
There you go. Good work on the side of the road. So you mentioned unreliable. So I'm just kind of curious, did you consider Land Rovers at any point?
The Epic Land Rover adventure. Yeah, I mean, we've talked all kinds of different. We've talked about doing a weekend lawnmower event.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
But the Willys for us, in 2016 when we were in my shop here in Eau Claire and working late on Adam's Willys with a couple other buddies, myself, Mark Strangfeld, and Adam, and we're just kind of like, oh, we should take a trip. And it felt like every night we were working on it, we were saying that. So finally, I was like, all right, we're taking a trip. We're going to drive these things we're going to drive them to EJS next year. And I think that was like 3 months away. So we were like, okay, we called a few of our vendors that we use and kind of told them about it. And being in the industry, being a manufacturer, you kind of know that there's some brand partnerships and support that you can get from guys that say, hey, we got a harebrained idea. It could be great. It could be terrible. And
it's a win-win either way for those guys.
Yeah, exactly. Because like all press is good press.
That's right.
And so we decided that was what we were going to do. We mapped out a route, leaving the shop, went down through Missouri, southern Kansas, Colorado, did like Wolf Creek Pass and stopped at like oddities along the way. Saw the world's largest electric shovel, the world's largest hand dug well, goofy stuff like that. So really road trip theme, but I mean, we realized how crazy of a trip that it can be 75 miles in when Adam's engine blew up, and we're on the side of the highway going, was this a good idea? And
of course not. That's the adventure.
Exactly. So somebody bumped into us at a gas station that knew a Jeep guy. They made a phone call. Pretty soon we had a new engine. By the next morning, we had a new engine being brought down from someone out of Stillwater, Minnesota. Yeah. And somebody opened up their garage for us to be able to do an engine swap, and they were cooking food, big potluck. Jeep clubs came around. That was when I was like,
and it's a memory. It's a wonderful, it's rough at the time, but it's just this wonderful memory of people coming together and just making it happen. And it's really neat. Yeah.
And so we have stories like that, like I said, for all across the country. Every event is just, I mean, you could write a novel on each one. You could do a mini doc on each one. And it's nonstop. And it's wild how even like the littlest hiccup in the way that they're running makes your brain go from like everything's great to this is the end.
0 to 50 really, really quick. Yeah, I know what you mean. What's that noise? And then it's the vehicle next to you. Oh, thank God.
Yeah. But by the end of it, you're like, what's that noise? Who cares? Like, whatever, man.
Yeah. It's gonna make it. Yeah. So do you guys? And I get the feeling the answer to this is no. Do you guys have any chase vehicles or parts vehicles or anything that follows along?
So for the first 3 events, we did not have any sort of chase vehicles at all. And then after our Oregon Trail route, the snowball kept growing bigger. We never really allowed is the wrong word, but we'll use it. Like outsiders to come into it because it was so ragtag.
Invited. It sounds better. Invited.
Yeah. We didn't invite much of the general public to, because it looked great on social media. But man, when you're in it, it's high stress. People, it's a real life reality TV show. And so I didn't want to subject people to that based on maybe what they felt they were seeing online. And I think it takes a special person to be able to know, like when shit hits the fan, it's just you and the crew around you.
It's all hands on deck. It's not, you can't be sleepy, hungry, weepy. You needed to, no bitchy. You need to get in there and help. Yeah, exactly.
And a
lot of people don't do that because, including me, we're comfortable right here in the air conditioning. That outside stuff.
You did mention Cherokee. I mean, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So it was, but after the third event, the first one again was from Eau Claire to Moab. Very cool. Then the second one was Canada, Mexico along the Continental Divide. So it was all mountain towns.
It sounds gorgeous. It sounds like it was just
absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
The wildlife, everything. And then, Kansas City to Oregon City on the Oregon Trail route. Also super epic, very, very historic. And that on that one, we had our first, we didn't have a follow vehicle, but we did have a lead vehicle to get us through Wyoming. We had Bob Liebenhagen from TNT Customs, who knows that land like the back of his hand, kind of escort us, kind of like an old, Native American guide. He was kind of our guide getting us through that, and which was fantastic. And then after that, we just kind of decided, well, let's make this a thing. So we opened it up to the public. We charge a fee